Now we've got a bit of a duel going on in the knife to determine who's going to get start on which side, and there we go.
Yeah, NaVi should be taking CT here, which they do. Great stuff then. We know this is their strong map. They're going to want to post a very strong CT half here. I wouldn't be surprised against with double figures quite easily here, depending on pistol. I think they'll be looking to get around 11 rounds here just to kind of be happy with that half.
If they can get 11 rounds, I think they're going to be very happy.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'd expect a 10-5, 10-5, 9-6, because Fnatic also are very good on their T side of Mirage. I mean, for the longest time, they had that unstoppable B rush until it got figured out, and TSM were able to start shutting it down a little bit. Still, for a long while, you know, Fnatic also have the strats on this map. They're very comfortable on the offense, so this is going to be still, you know, not easy work here for NaVi. And NaVi also a little shaky in this tournament. They've already lost a map as well, so it's not like both of these teams are having the perfect run through right now. They've both been bruised, they've both been battered, but now we get into it. NaVi starting on that CT side, as we can see. Fnatic holding at top mid with 3. Guardian could get severely punished here. He doesn't overextend, but as soon as he shows himself, JW, all of them just collapse and take him out. That's a big play there. The fact that he was up there all alone, there's nobody to return the kill.
No support from him whatsoever. A foolish play, perhaps. I know he's trying to get intel, but when you just get the intel and die straight away, like, it's kind of useless. And now having 4 players on the CT half and having to be split out like they are now, it's going to be very, very difficult to hold these T's off.
Oh, look at this, the timing there. Flamey catches JW trying to jump up into that corner, and that's going to be a great opening, bringing it back. We go into the 4-on-3, however, as Flusha manages to return. Flamey overextending his welcome. Stays in mid-window. Instead, now it's Edward who's going to rotate around here, and he's actually come all the way around. So we can see that NaVi is starting to get a little bit spread out here, but Seized is alive on short. But he's starting to get away from those B apartments. We have to see when Fnatic decide to rush through, and look at this call from NaVi. They've actually put 2 guys holding solid on this B site. Third one is already starting to rotate over as well. They've got the info, they've got the play, they've got the read. Everything here is set up for NaVi to just completely shut out Fnatic.
It's very hard to hold though, no utilities with them. Edward picking up a lovely frag there. It's going to be a 3-on-2 situation now in favor of Fnatic.
And now this is now going to be the bomb plant here. NaVi not quite able to hit the shots, and now it's just a run and gun straight up with the Glocks. They're going to keep that pressure up. Crims hits the headshot on Zeus, and the last man alive is Seized, working his way up short, but this is perfect now from Fnatic as well. He has 0 information. He spots 1, spots 2, and he dies. I mean, valiant effort on his part, but there was no way that Fnatic were going to lose that after plan.
No, well, I feel that all came down to that Guardian push. Like, normally a lot of teams do push middle, and it's definitely viable, but you need your teammates flashing you up, and then if you get in a difficult situation, you need your teammates in connector, making sure you can retreat successfully. Like, he was just in a 3-on-1 situation there. Okay, guys, they're up middle, but what help is that? Of course teams are going to go middle. That happens almost every single round. I don't really see what benefit he got from that, but you can see NaVi are going all in this one. They have picked up a shotgun, a scout here, CD's coming out, and on this map, when T's have to enter the bomb site in such a tight-knit choke points, it's going to be interesting to see that this is definitely a round that NaVi could get back into. Oh yeah, certainly. I mean, you can never count them out as well. For a while, they did struggle versus in the second rounds, you know, to lock those down, but now they've made the adjustments. Look at this, Flamey peeks forward, hits that timing perfectly, catches Olafmeister in the back. JW gets shot as well by Guardian. Scout is still alive here, and there Sees takes the shot, gets the tag. Crims is going to be low, and Pronax just getting picked off. That took like 4 bullets, but Guardian got the job done eventually, and he gets a tag on the Flusha there as well. Zeus with the P250 though, comes up behind, he manages to pick the one, and that sets it up. NaVi just completely collapsed on Fnatic. Nothing going right for the Swedes that round. Pretty sloppy play from Fnatic in my opinion. They didn't take any map control. They kind of overcommitted to middle before the round had even begun. They're getting down to that window area before we even got to the 1-minute mark, and like losing that early frag, like they were able to come out connector and just kill someone in the back of the CZ. Like, it just seemed really sloppy. Like, no, how is that happening when you're supposed to be holding anti-ecos, you're holding map control and just covering each other, going frag for frag, and there's no response for that. And they just got completely shut down once that first frag was made. Guardian peeked from window, managed to shut another one down, and it was just too much for them. And I feel like they're going to fill up their city after that one. It might. I mean, that's just one of those cases, and sometimes you get that feeling on Mirage. Like, Mirage is a special map. Yeah. Where once you start to lose control of T side, it just feels like anything you do it wrong, because you get shot in the back or the side. You have no idea. It can turn into a real nightmare. Now look at this number of nades going down into underpass. Molotov as well, and JW's getting shot from on high. Seized. Boosted all the way up. I mean, just like Kenny, he's like a vulture right now, just picking bones. you can see that NaVi just know how important this mid area is. They're just not letting Fnatic have a word in edgeways here. They can't even get a shot on a kill here. NaVi have barely lost any HP here. All covering each other, making sure every frag has got a teammate to back them up. Flusher able to pick one up there, and should get shut down there. And this is the turnaround. I think NaVi will better string a few rounds together here. We should see an AWP coming to play. Oh, perhaps not. I think they'll probably stick to rifles for a bit while they build the economy up and get themselves into a comfortable position.
Actually, that's not a bad call either, because Flamey's got the Galil. If he goes down, they can give him that AK. Basically, that AK can be moved around. Seized has one as well. This will be another round of eco out of Fnatic. So a proper read coming out from NaVi right now, making sure that they don't overextend, don't risk the AWP. And very passive hold as well for them. Basic, just very standard stuff. Man setting in window. Then they've got the ones in connector. They got the one in short as well. So they can set up that triangle if they need it. And right now, it doesn't look like that's going to be the case, although they do hear steps in underpass. So Edward is currently wondering, okay, is this going to be a Russian B? That's when you start seeing the jumps coming out there from Seized.
I think now they haven't got this presence in mid. They just need to hold the bomb sides there, hold back. Maybe a little bit overextended there.
That's awkward, yeah. Shots going out. Seized, though, managing to control that spray very well. Picks up another 2 kills. Shots coming from Guardian, and he drops that bomb carrier. It's going to come down to Crims now. 1v3 with the AK. Does not get the shot off. 2 kills for Guardian in the round. Seized as well there. And that's unfortunate for Edward. He just backs off of short, and then he's wondering, well, where was the info, guys?
Yeah, well,
how did we not spot them?
Fnatic were unlucky to not get more out of that round. I think that the fact they got up short undetected, it could have been a lot more devastating for NaVi. They were lucky to pull that one back. But here we go. Guardian has now picked up the AWP, so has JW. This will be interesting to see how this round goes down. You can see the smoke going in the middle. It looks like they'll be setting up for quite a standard play, but JW is going to be working towards that house, looking for any picks he can towards the steps in the connector area.
And this is proper coming in from NaVi as well. They see that smoke, that short smoke, essentially. It means that they want to try and see if they can't get any control of mid. If Fnatic are up there, they want to make sure that they can pick them off, or at least figure that out fairly quickly here. Crims is going to be backing JW, and 3 players currently up in Palace right now. Smoke goes down from the CT side, but they try to hit that timing, looking for the headshot. JW takes out Zeus, and there's only a man in CT. One in jungle as well, has rotated in, but he falls. I mean, it's basically Fnatic. They hit the perfect timing to get onto this site, although Flamey somehow gets a kill, and Edward brings 2 back. So just like that, in the blink of an eye, the momentum shifts back and forth between these 2 teams, and NaVi have now managed to stabilize. That bomb is dropped alone on the A site right now. They need to find a way to get in there, but the triangle is closed in, and Seized with the flank. Misses the spray wholesale, doesn't get it done. Luckily for him, Edward and Flamey are there.
Yeah, that was good entry into the bomb site there. JW picking up the first frag. For me, when they executed, they did smoke off some key choke points, but the fact they didn't smoke off CT spawn there just allowed the bomber to be left isolated on the bomb site, and it went straight down. And I feel like if you're going to go for a plant on A side, the CT spawn has to be locked off just to make sure that player can't do any damage there. And I feel like that was the key point then, why they didn't convert that round into a victory.
And uncharacteristic, essentially, mistakes being made here by Fnatic. NaVi doing a fantastic job when given the opportunity. And you're right, Edward. Don't doubt yourself. This time it is a be a push. And Seized already in position. Very well played here by him. He does get overwhelmed by Flusha eventually, but then he basically got Edward and Guardian rotating back in. Somehow Edward is still alive in this situation. He's down to 5 HP. And he'll live through it. JW, the last man alive, gets shot in the side by Flamey, who rotated in through underpass. And it is going to be 5-1 now. NaVi off to a terrific start here. They've got the money as well to back them. So this is looking very good for them. When you don't have to worry about your economy on CT, that's when you can really start going for the crazy plays and just start throwing your weight around.
I wouldn't be surprised if we saw NaVi here take some mid-control, trying to get that early frags, just lock down the T execution straight away.
Well, Edward demonstrating some jump skills there. But it is going to be a full buy coming in here for Fnatic, and they're gathered up outside of the apartments right now. Once again with the short smoke to allow for some movement at top mid. And that's going to be Olafmeister kind of looking around, seeing if he can't get a pick somewhere. Fnatic had also gone through underpass. But they're still just making their way around on this map. Problem is that once that smoke clears now, Edward, does he know? Does he realize that somebody's crouching behind the boxes up there? Fnatic are about to shift their focus around. See if they can't pick somebody up over here. And this is going to be Edward still peeking on short. They've got that crossfire right now, NaVi, but they don't have anybody in windows. This is the one thing. But nice shot by Olaf. He gets that perfectly. Edward gets picked off, and that leaves 3 guys locked into the A site rather. Rotation begins for the B site. NaVi starting to see if they need to move somebody over there. Zeus waiting over in jungle, trying to make up his mind, and he's going to go through the murder hole and start working his way through. But Fnatic are 1 step ahead. 40 seconds left, and they have 2 smokes to work with here. A whole bunch of flashes. but only 2 smokes to go for an A site push. If they could get 1 onto CT, though, that would be magical because 2 guys are stuck over there right now. That would be fantastic. Lock 2 of them out.
Good to know they've got this lurker in terms of Olofmeister holding the short area here. He could be devastating on these rotations.
And Flamey right now, bit of an aggressive position for him. They don't check, and he nearly gets 2. Yes, he does! Deliver the 2 kills. No, that was Zeus. Still, the damage is done right now. 8 seconds left in this round. 2 on 2, and that bomb gets planted. Some damage being taken by Flusha. He's been pinned down on the site, and now JW holding in T-Pit. I was thinking for a second that he might try to run all the way around mid, but he's changing up his position, trying to get up in Palace to really establish this crossfire between these 2 players. Flusha waiting patiently in CT, and NaVi they figured out that JW was in pit, so they actually have to go and clear it, and now he gives away his position, but this is still so dangerous. Now he's just a constant threat. Flusha needed to win that duel, however, and this is now where it gets a bit difficult here for JW. He needed support from the man of CT, but it's all right. Goes for the no-scope and gets the save. Both kills for JW in the end. Those are the kinds of plays. That's the flashy play. That's the difference.
I always just thought then, like, there's no chance he can make this one. He's too stifled in the house. No one's going to give him the opportunity to get killed there. Now he comes with a no-scope. And to be fair, that round should have been tied up a lot easier. They had such a lovely crossfire there, one in Palace, one in CT Spawn. All they had to do is play off each other. But fantastic play from JW. We've seen him do that so many times this tournament. He really is firing on all cylinders right now.
He's madness, man. Just outright mad. And look at this. I mean, aggression coming out from NaVi and mid right now. They decide not to commit to the top, but they have put a smoke down an underpass. So that might slow things down here for Fnatic. We do have Olofmeister once again pinned down behind the boxes. NaVi, it seems like they're going to elect to leave him there, although Zeus is inching his way forward right now. And I believe Guardian is rotating into window to try and get eyes there with the AWP. Pronax rotates in and hits that perfect timing to take out Zeus. And now Guardian, ultra passive angle right there, just looking to the top. And there it is. Pronax commits, but that buys time. Crims gets into the perfect position to get the refrag.
Really nice crossfire there. The fact he actually got that refrag, perfect execution. And that's going to pretty much secure this round for Fnatic to be very difficult to hold them off now.
Especially they have a single smoke and a Molotov and a man less now as well. Seized gets caught by Olofmeister, who's just incredibly patient. Like, Olofmeister sits there for a minute, doesn't move, and then right when you think, okay, I can maybe peek to get info here, maybe spot something, Olofmeister's like,
nope. If you've given him in, she'll take a mile. Like, those 1 bullets he's getting around mid-area, that's absolutely crazy. And I think Edward's really feeling it. He got a 1 bullet last round, and he's kind of been a bit rattled, I think, not showing so much presence there.
Well, I mean, 5-2 right now, and this is going to be an issue for NaVi. I think this is, I mean, the play for them basically is, okay, well, we'll take a look at Palace and Pit, but
yeah, they have
really, we need to save our guns. Exactly. We have to hold on to it. They have kit, Kevlar, guns. This is too much value to throw away, especially when now they're starting to scrape the bottom of the barrel as far as the money is concerned.
We saw NaVi go for that aggressive mid push again. Again, 1 player going up, no real backup from their teammates, no flashbangs coming in, no player watching his back. It's questionable push. Like, it's when you've got the teammates there backing you up, and it's a perfect tactical run. You can catch teams by surprise when it's just 1 guy and you lose that one-on-one duel. Like, it almost looks like it was a free kill you've given away.
It really does, exactly. And it's like, if you do it early on in the round as well, the info isn't that valuable because they still have like 40 seconds to rotate anywhere on the map. So,
absolutely.
You know, you die somewhat in vain. So Zeus might be feeling a little bit frustrated with that, but it doesn't look like NaVi are in danger of losing these guns. They will be able to hold them for the next round here. So the score is now 5-3. Fnatic slowly but surely climbing back into this, and this is what you always have to be afraid of when facing Fnatic on any map. When you're on your CT side, Fnatic, but in particular Mirage, their T side is excellent. They are always a threat. It doesn't matter if NaVi go 10-0. If NaVi let off just for a second, Fnatic can get right back in the game.
Yeah, very patient play for them. They're overcommitting at the start of the rounds and making sure they make their shots. And Olofmeister, for me, is making some fantastic hits. He's proving why he is the #1 player in the world right now.
Yeah, and that is true power right there. JW, though, not going to hit that shot. He gets peeked out there by Seized, who's going to fall back and take an appropriate position. Smoke goes down to block off JW as well. And in true JW fashion, he goes onto the side of the smoke and picks off Seized. Incredible. He's really on point right now. Edward holding up close. However, are they going to spot him? Yes, they will. They fall on him practically. Olofmeister there to get the kill. Zeus comes back and brings 1 back to NaVi, but JW's there to return on him instantly. And once again, before they can even have an impact in the round, Flamey and Guardian, they're hightailing it out of there.
Yeah,
about as far away as possible.
It's so cool to see that, like, most teams when they go for a B execution, right, they do so many like high level smokes and like flashbangs all over the top. Fnatic just rely. They know they've got the skill and the talent. They like JW can just walk in there and he'll find somewhere. He'll find some way of getting a kill there and opens up the round completely. And they didn't even have to do anything after that. They just made their way in 1-3 situation, got themselves the bomb down straight away. And it's gonna be another save situation for NaVi right now. And you can see them. They're hiding so deeply now in the Palace and towards T-spawn. They really do need to say that AWP is going to be so valuable next round. If they can do something a little bit more dynamic next round, I think they need to start moving Guardian around, getting him in different positions. Maybe he needs to go face in B halls and like get that first pick and stop them having so much freedom there. They're just jump peeking it right now, and it's not really doing that much for them. This
is what I spoke about though, in the sense that NaVi, they really like to have Guardian in mid.
Yeah.
And so I mean, I'm glad that you're mentioning, you know, start to change things up here. See if you can't shift Guardian around onto the other sides of the map. I'd like to see him go Palace actually.
Yeah.
Because you always see Fnatic, you know, they tend to send somebody up there. If Guardian can get into that angle fast, then that could completely shut or catch Fnatic off guard, perhaps. Instead, it's going to be a bit of a quasi-buy coming out here for NaVi. They held on to the AWP, they held on to the M4, but the rest of them, NaVi, that's 3 guys saving. Doesn't matter, though. Zeus is still going to be able to pick up Pronax, and Flamey, after that pop flash, gets the job done, picks off Crims. Bomb is dropped there as well, but Flusha currently trying to clear out Shadow, giving him some space to work with. Olofmeister working his way up. Cat looking for the kills. He's going to get 1, 2, and maybe a 3rd. Yes, he does. And just clicking away. If he doesn't run out of bullets, he probably got the quad there.
Going to be very frustrating for NaVi there. They got the first 2 frags. It looked like Fnatic came into that start a little bit sloppy, but Olofmeister coming in for that lurk from connector and just absolutely cleaning up there, and he just looks phenomenal right now. Very clever plays, not necessarily the craziest frags there, but like just the fact he just secured that round by himself was phenomenal stuff, and that's going to not affect NaVi too badly. They have been able to get the full buy again. Guardian is back on the AWP, and let's see where he is right now. He's opting to go towards that A-bomb side.
He's actually, yeah, now he's looking into pit, I believe, but the smoke goes down, and now he's changed it up. Looking towards underpass right now, and we'll see if Fnatic are going to get the read here. Smoke at the top, so this isn't going to give Guardian much room to work with, and he's going to try and change up his position. Counter boost could go in, however, and JW. Does Guardian pick up on this? Oh, this is going to be excellent. When the smoke clears, JW's already here. He gets spotted, though. Guardian not going to win the duel. JW.
Frustrating for him, I think. The fact he hit him and he knew he was there. Like, the repeat was questionable once you're an enemy like JW, seen you do that.
No, great positioning here by Seized. However, he's going to be able to catch one guy off guard. He drops the bomb carrier as well, brings this back to a 2-on-2. Long range shot here by Flame. He manages to pick up Crimson Connector, and it's going to be the man himself, Olofmeister now. 1v2, both of his opponents tagged up, but it's not going to matter. Seized has that AWP to work with and just lands that shot directly. 3 kills for him, 2 for Flamey. And now, right when it got tied up at 5-5, NaVi once again pull ahead.
Yeah, great awareness from the B players there. They could see the mid players having some trouble there. Pushed in, got some map control, and actually managed to find the bomb. And that was the deciding frag of the round. Like, it was a phenomenal reaction play from them.
And especially Seized going up leaves Flamey always lonesome. And, well, wouldn't have been pretty. It looks like they want to go for the mid push once again here. Edward, no, backing off. So they elect to change things up. They don't commit. And while Fnatic this time have taken control of short very quickly here, they do have some angles to work with, and they could even go for the jump into mid if they want to, but instead, that's going to be Crims working his way up into connector. Manages to return the frag and take out Zeus. Guardian did take out JW, however, I believe that was up in Palace, so we're into a 4-on-4 now, and still Fnatic with a minute left, trying to figure out where exactly they want to take this fight. Olofmeister with the lurk takes out Edward from ladder room, but Guardian is there to return, and we're still into a 3-on-3 here. Crims very low on HP, however.
Yeah, terrorists always have the advantage in this sort of situation. When you have a 3-on-3, the Ts have the complete control. The CTs have to be very spread out and kind of formulate where they need to go to. So, yeah, it's just going to be a difficult hold for NaVi. I think it's going to come down to Gardner's positioning there. We can see him just holding the mid area. He's got a kind of inkling. It might be a B push here, but he's got the wrong idea completely. It's going to be...
both of them. Look, Seized and Guardian both over here on the B site.
It's going to all be down on Flamey here. What can he pull out the bag?
And he's got a bit of a cheeky position here, actually. He could actually be in a pretty decent spot to pick up one. He could get a second one as well. He nearly drops Pronax there. Pop Flash comes through. He turns away, drops the bomb carrier, and so far single-handedly holding off this push. Flusha steps in, finally avenges his fallen mates, but it's not going to be good enough. Sees that's bought enough time for him to rotate in and save the day. NaVi, they bring it back to 7-5 now, and like 10-5 all of a sudden seems pretty realistic because Fnatic, they don't quite have the money. I mean, JW, this is almost like just a straight up, yeah, he's just like, okay, I had 7,000, yeah, whatever, I'll buy an op because I'm still going to have 2,000 after this.
The way he's playing, definitely viable. If he can find this first pick at the beginning of the round, which he knows he has to do, he knows what Guardian's going to be, it's going to come down to this play right now.
Oh my gosh, yeah, and there you go. Bait, and Guardian, does he read it? JW misses the follow-up shot, and that is unfortunate. Pronax, that was pure bait and switch right there.
You see that reaction shot from Guardian as well. That's what we're talking about. When he's get those float shots, you can give him the pixel to take, and he'll rip your head off.
He's far too quick, man. One of the fastest players in CS, no doubt. Flamey is going to find Flusha now. That was over in T-Pit, so the rest of Fnatic kind of just stuck over here in mid. They've got that bomb rotating back out of T-spawn now. It's actually looking like it's going to head towards A site. Sees, though, on the hunt for info, and he may very well walk into this crossfire. Crims takes out Edward. That's enough for Seized, but then JW is there. Delpan definitely not expecting that, Navi. And somehow we find ourselves in a force buy with a single op. I'm sure that op just caught, like, Seized is like, what? Yep. Where did that come from? I mean, Guardian spotted it earlier, but still. Yeah, why do they have a random op? Lack
of discipline there from Seized, I think. Like, when you know they're on eco, just make them come to the bomb sites at least. Make them work for it. Don't come out in the open looking for frags. I think that I understand he's trying to get intel, but that could have been the round thrown away with that one situation right there.
Oh, and Guardian on scopes, and JW gets the leg shot. Oh, Guardian misses, but now Guardian's changed up his position. That's going to be enough. Catches JW trying to go for the shoulder peek, and this is all about JW trying to bait, because guess what? Olofmeister's playing to go on this A site, and that was enough to pull Flamey out of position. He gets the shot through, of course, and Olofmeister not long for this world, but that was very clever play there as well. JW's just like, we're going to go B, guys, and Olofmeister, he hits the perfect timing.
Yeah, good, clever play there. Nice recovery from NaVi. I think that with the fact that Fnatic got the bomb down, it was very important because their economy was looking a little bit weak after that buy with the AWP. The extra $800 is going to help them out, and they should be able to get a nice full buy here.
And that was smart there as well. Now they have a dual op setup here. Curious to see who's going to grab it, huh? Yeah, Edward could play it from short if he wants to.
That will work really nicely for these last two remaining rounds. This would be a perfect call for them. Kind of set the turrets up. They can probably be a little bit more aggressive here and start controlling the picks at the start of the round.
Fnatic, I think, should be aware of this, though, because they should have seen Guardian dropping his AWP to Flamey before Flamey. And even then, you know, Flamey delaying the defuse for no reason. I mean, the reason is usually go pick up a gun. And there you go. That's what it's all about right there. JW not going to hit that shot. He gets the leg shot onto Edward, so again with the leg. And this time around, it's Guardian getting dropped down to 14 HP. Guardian down to 14, Edward to 16. NaVi just very narrowly, avoiding disaster, essentially. If they lost both of those players, Fnatic would be at 9-6 pretty much. Now instead, Edward changed up his position, back of bench, basically, as far back on the B side as he can get. And there's Olofmeister once again lurking his way up into ladder room, finds that entry frag, takes out Guardian. Edward, however, takes out Flusha. Edward right now hitting all the shots. They have to worry about him having changed up his position as well. And he's going to be able to just get overwhelmed there. Olofmeister with the quick peek around the corner shuts him down. Zeus is being held back now with Pronax, or rather with Crims, who's waiting in connector, and the bomb has now been planted on this B site. But you're right, it is going to be Seized, working his way through the apartments. He's trying to find that angle. Flamey takes out Crims, so no more lurk to worry about. Man on short gets cleaned up as well, and it's down to Olofmeister. 1v3, alive in kitchen, waiting for the rotator that's never going to come. Nobody is here for you, Olaf. You're going to have to do this the hard way. You're going to have to clear out this site.
But what a man to do it.
And he's got first one, looks for the second, gets that too, and then gets the read perfectly. Flamey's there and lives with 42 HP, but Olaf was dead on with his read in that situation. And, oh, there's not enough time for the defuse.
So huge. Olofmeister there, just showing his pedigree and why he is #1 right now. That was an absolutely huge round to win for them. The difference between like a 9-6 and a 10-5 is absolutely huge. Even if they don't hit this last round, that was for me one of the plays of the map so far. That was an incredible play from him. And looked like a moment where Fnatic were completely out of the round after that those couple of frags there. But yeah, great stuff from him, and he's having a fantastic game.
And look at the effect that this has now. We could actually end this 8-7 for Fnatic. Seeing as how NaVi are completely wrecked with the money. Zeus is currently lurking here in shadow, just hoping to see if somebody's going to pass him. Flusha is not going to hit his shot versus Guardian, and there you go. Zeus springs his trap, takes Pronax's head off, and Seized is still here. We've somehow turned this into a 1v2, so perhaps I just cursed them, because it certainly has not gone their way this time. Fnatic underestimating NaVi somewhat. Crims, I mean, this is still a winnable situation for him, but Seized just picked up an AK. Famas over on Edward, and there you go. She's just comes jumping out of nowhere right on top of Crims. Perfect save there, essentially. Yep. That would have been catastrophic for NaVi if it went 8-7. Now at least they have a little bit of a cushion to play with.
Yeah, that was a full-on Hail Mary play from Fnatic. I think that they obviously assumed it'd be a forced buy and they'd be weak with no grenades, but they just got shut down by the crossfires of the PT-50s. And it proved too much for them. I think they're going to be disappointed with that last round. The fact they could have got a nice 7 rounds there on the T side would have been great. But we know how strong they can be on CT as well. They're no strangers to Mirage whatsoever. This pistol round could be very important.
And two smokes picked up here for Zeus.
Yeah.
Zeus and Guardian both. And Guardian over in A, but the one is over here in Underpass. I'm curious where he's going to try and set this up, Zeus. As far as Fnatic are concerned, though, near full Kevlar, Crims actually went for an HE instead of a smoke. They didn't decide to go for anything else. Seized, made it to the raid boss, looking for the fight. Edward is going to have a Tech 9 as well. This is double Kevlar, double Tech 9. This is crazy. These Navi players now, they're going to be able to just wreak havoc, and they're going to close in on this A site. It's going to be a three-pronged assault, and Zeus starts off the play. He gets JW, and they manage to catch out Crims alive on Electric. Shot from Seized, and they're just getting picked off one at a time. Olofmeister doing the best he can to return it with the help of Pronax, but it's still a 2-on-3 retake scenario here. If Olofmeister could get his hands somehow on a Tech 9, he could turn the tide here. Pronax wins versus Seized. That's one Tech 9 down. Last two members here alive, and Olofmeister just casually clicks away Guardian. Flamey alive in Palace, though, and this is going to be it. Olofmeister needs to win the fight fast, and he's not going to do it. Flamey will clutch the play, and he's got that 10th round on the board for NaVi.
That was a really nice clinical A pincer from NaVi there. The fact they got the mid control quite early on and managed to do that really nice smoke. That was a really great smoke for them onto short. It's locked out any vision for Fnatic on the bomb site. Came down to a 1-on-1 in the end, but the fact he managed to draw it out is going to be really, really beneficial to their T campaign here. Great start for them. They really want to close out these next two rounds just to give them a get them into a nice position. But we can see, well, as we know, Fnatic are deadly on these kind of rounds. Scouts coming out here, and then NaVi needs to be very careful indeed.
You can see them gathering the info. They're running back across. Man on short is going to just touch down that HE straight onto Edward. Unfortunately for Fnatic, Flamey finds Crims, so they do manage to stabilize, bring it back. Flusha gets caught as well, and NaVi now just spinning out of control here. Seas comes leaping out of the apartments, picks up the first man, and he spots the man in kitchen as well. Olofmeister trying to go for the trick shots, but narrowly dodging that nade. He will get hunted down by the bullets eventually, but he does manage to tag up Flamey.
Yeah, Seas is jumping out of the B apartments there completely alone. Went for it, managed to pick up 2 frags and secured the round for them. So nice work from him. That's going to force Fnatic onto the full eco here. Should be a nice position for NaVi now. 12-6 will be a great start. And then we know how great they are, like the A executions. They've got so many tactics up their sleeve. They're great at getting the map control, reading where the CTs are, and executing properly on the site. They're one of the best teams at like placing their smokes precisely where they need to, getting the plants down, and then they've got a great post-plant mentality as well.
And then it's like smokes, you say? No, we're going to go for some of the scrimmy play. No need to use the smokes when they've only got P2Ks, right? There is a 5-7 on Pronax, and he is not going to be able to put it to use. JW instead will pick up the kill on Deceased. So it's not going to be a perfect round here for NaVi, and it's not done yet. Pronax now having rotated over. If he catches this man in jungle, he can do the damage. Takes the fight and wins it. Somehow Guardian just fluffing the spray, and what a shot from Pronax onto Flamey. Literally pre-fire. Edward going to be able to clean it up there for NaVi, but that was far too scary. And from what was an excellent round for NaVi, keeping 4 players, they lose 3 in the end. Pronax single-handedly turning it around for his team.
Yeah, expensive in the end for NaVi. Didn't want to lose that many guns, especially when you're on the T side, but they have got the full buy here. The AWP has come out, and we can see that rings true as well for JW. This is the classic battle we've been talking about this whole game, JW versus Guardian. It's going to define these rounds and who's going to come out on top here.
That is Edward actually getting tagged down. He gets spotted, goes leaping back to safety. And Crims not able to pick up that kill either. Instead, it's going to be NaVi now starting to work their way through Underpass. They've still kept that man at top mid. Edward is there, so he'll start peeking around there when he needs to. Nice nade timing there. They do manage to narrowly avoid that, NaVi. This is now steps being heard here, and they should be able to pick up on this Fnatic, that the fact that this is now a real risk. Guardian going to do to JW what JW did to him. Boost into window, pick up JW, and there you go. Double entry frag now for NaVi. They've got a massive advantage in this round. It really is looking very good for them here.
Yeah, frags needed from Fnatic ASAP. They don't want to lose this round and be forced into another recos. This game's going to slip away from them.
Oh, and C spotted the elbow there. Nearly gets the kill onto Pronax, who darts back in time. Flusha, he heard your call. Finds Zeus lurking in connector. That's going to be the initial kill, but NaVi currently gathered up 3 players on this A side. Bomb is here as well, and Crims, he's now swapped it up. He's got that AWP. Is he actually going to be able to lock them out? There's only a single smoke here, and it's on Guardian.
This is the best move he could have done. Picking up the AWP and being able to hold this side down by himself while the other guys look after B. This is the best chance they've got of getting back into this round.
And there's the smoke going down on CT. Another flash goes through, but the shot is there. Crims drops the bomb carrier. Flusha takes advantage of their focus on Crims to peek through this smoke. Perfect play and timing from Flusha, and he nearly gets the wall bang down onto Seized as well. Seized 4 seconds left. At this point, you just need to run. You need to hide. But Crims, that is textbook stuff right there. And Flusha as well. As soon as they focus on Crims, Flusha goes for the push through. The timing is almost as if they're mind melded.
After those first 2 initial frags, it was a round we knew Fnatic had to win. They'd be in a horrible situation if they had dropped that one. The fact, I just loved it when Crims picked up that AWP. I just knew he was going to do work of it. Just making 1 kill was all he needed to do. He got it. The guys were able to rotate. Clock was running down. And it was absolutely just perfect play from them. And they're going to be very happy with that round. It's going to rattle NaVi a little bit, and they're going to be forced with no AWP here. And as long as Fnatic keep long range here and just playing the game they have been doing so far, they should be able to string a couple of rounds together here. They should take this one, considering the inventory on the Terrorist side, and then they should be able to get some momentum built up and get themselves back into this half.
And NaVi's still able to afford quite a bit of gear. 12-7 the score now, and JW will find Flamey. That was up in Palace as well, so they lose their lurker here, NaVi. One of the man on the wings. They still have C's working on B apartments, with the other 3 kind of the kill squad here taking over mid. And somehow Edward is going to find Flusha. Not sure if he looked through the smoke there, but that was perfection, and he catches Pronex as well. Just like that, the B side is wide open. At least JW finds Zeus. That's in mid, so they don't have to worry about the lurk. But 3-on-3 retake scenario, you know that NaVi right now, they just wish that this bomb was here faster. They needed to get that bomb down. Olofmeister finds Seized, and it's just down to Guardian now. This roller coaster of emotions right now for both of these teams. Fnatic managed to bring it back.
They seem to do this every time we cast them, puts on their out of the round, somehow get back into it, and Crims finishes off them with the Guardian. I don't know how they do it every time. Like, you see NaVi getting those first 2 entry frags. We didn't see how that went down, but the fact he could actually, Fnatic find a way to claw themselves back into the round when they need it most and actually force NaVi onto an eco now. Phenomenal stuff from them, and they're going to be very happy with that round. And see an almost full eco coming in here from NaVi. Got a couple of Tech 9s there, but they're not going to be able to do much of it. Edward, sorry, actually picking up armor as well. Interesting decision from him. Whether that's going to pay off, I'm not so sure.
You almost expect him to lead now, or at least be the second man through. Instead, he did go mid to Todd to try and take a bit of a peek there, see if he could get some information. Nothing too much going for it, however. And now I mean, once again, NaVi, they by the book. This time around, it's Zeus up in Palace, not Flamey, but they are taking over mid once again. And the man on short here, let's see, sees this could be very effective. He's got that Tech 9 up close, trying to rush him down, and he's actually going to catch JW completely exposed. Sees now has an AWP to work with, but he's losing teammates left and right. Crims gets 2 very quick kills, and it's going to be Zeus getting caught up by Olofmeister, holding from CT. Seized will take out Flusha, though, but it's that 1-on-3. And now they know exactly where he is.
Yep, it looked like Fnatic were about to peak there, and I like they had the discipline to fall back. And like a lot of teams this tournament haven't been doing that. They've been over-facing and making these situations very difficult for themselves. Fnatic are a team that know how deadly this all can be. They're going to run the time down as much as possible, then hunt him. If you're going to kill him, that's the time to do it. Make sure he gets no money in the next round. Make him work to stay alive here.
The man holding in connector as well would have heard that jump there by Seized. You saw the reaction. Now you've got him working in ladder room. This is going to come down to whether Seized can actually peek around here into connector. How thorough is he? Well, that's that heart attack moment where the guy actually steps out just as you scope.
Yeah, great discipline from Fnatic there. And I think this is going to be a successful campaign for them. Seized, you can see he's kind of contemplated picking up the AWP. He has done. He's going to take no armor this round. He's dropping the AWP for Guardian.
Wow. And
the utility isn't great on NaVi here. They have got smokes, but in anything else, they haven't got many flashbangs to play with. It'll be interesting to see how this round goes down. We know how good their A executions are.
Time for the fake, it looks like, perhaps. Yeah. I mean, they've got Seized locked and loaded with the smoke that could go onto that site. Yeah. I mean, what is the play here basically for NaVi? They're drawing attention to the site, so that's going to open up. I mean, basically try and keep one of the players who's focusing on mid for Fnatic. They want Crims to be eyes on A, looking towards Palace, looking towards Pit, seeing if anybody's going to be pushing up from NaVi, perhaps weakening the defense here in mid. I mean, it does allow NaVi to get a line with that AWP onto connector.
With no presence to follow up those smokes, that fake's not really going to be sold, in my opinion. Like, they've just wasted the 2 smokes they had, and now they're going to be in a very difficult situation to actually make their way into a bomb site. And if they do, they've got nothing to hold the bomb with. So this would be an almost certain round for Fnatic, in my opinion. Should be.
They have 2 flashes left on NaVi. It's all down to the straight brute force now. This is going to turn into a brawl. Flash there, but now they know that Pronex is waiting up here in ladder room. And JW up in B apartments with that AWP. Flash comes through. Pronex just spraying blind. He doesn't see a damn thing. And Flusha now wondering, are they going to try and peek through? Is this going to try and open up for the A site? But NaVi still focused on the B site with 30 seconds left. Standard NaVi. Might as well be a lifetime for them. seized in the lurk. He's actually keeping both of these players over on the A site. He gets caught by Olofmeister, but the damage is done. The rotation time going to be so long here. JW has to hit the shots of his lifetime. He gets that CZ, but it's just not fast enough. Zeus is going to rush him down, and it's going to be down to Crims, Olofmeister, and Flusha. Flusha there, and with 8 seconds left, do they get this bomb plant? Can he deny it? That's the only question at this point. 4 seconds left, and no matter what happens now, it's impossible for NaVi to win. Incredible. The time. And this is NaVi for you. They always leave it until there's just no time left. One mistake, one thing goes wrong, and that can happen. They just won't be able to put the bomb down safely.
Yeah, they were quite fortunate to kill JW on short there. He managed to time it to perfection, walking around the corner as he wasn't facing. So like I feel like that kill was slightly lucky, but the fact that Fnatic played that so nicely, they were on the back foot and just kept drawing the time down, forcing them to plant. It was made a very horrible situation when you're on the side of an AWP trying to no-scope people. We can see NaVi here onto the full eco, and all of a sudden this doesn't look so comfortable for NaVi. You can see them actually struggling a little bit. The economy is dwindling away. They're on the weakest side of the map, and Fnatic are looking very strong right now. They're winning all the rounds they should be, and like all the clutches seem to be going in their favor.
Yeah, this is where it gets very scary indeed. You're absolutely right. 12-10 the score right now. NaVi still in the lead by 2, but we should see Fnatic picking up an 11th round. Pronak's so confident.
This is gonna be big.
He's gone for an MP9.
This is going to be huge.
Let's see, Pronax, you going to hit that timing? Are they going to check right? NaVi about to come crashing out of these B apartments, and Pronak's about as close as he can get. Flusha draws the attention, and there you go! The mow down! Oh, quad kill.
Perfect.
No, he only gets 3. Flusha, you robber.
As soon as I saw him in that position, like, you just knew that was game over for them. And he's going to get himself a lovely bankroll from that. And this is going to be difficult now. You can see that NaVi are now getting forced to buy up Galil's there. They have got full nades here, so I'd like to see them go more to their set pieces. I've seen how strong they can be. I'd rather them be running those right now as the picking game, although they are making the frags, it is leaving it too long and not actually getting into the bomb size.
Well, here we go. This is also Fnatic, except that they sent 2 guys to top mid. Edward will win the fight versus Flusha, but there's a second man there. Crims decides not to press the issue. Guardian only living with 4 HP. He was clearly taking the brunt of the fight there, because Zeus is the one who actually got picked off, but that was an underpass. Return to a 4-on-4 scenario, and JW is going to be able to fall back through connector. But quite a bit of damage has been done to NaVi. And once again, NaVi, look at the gear that they have. I mean, unless they can get shots like that, that's the one way for them to actually succeed here, because they literally have 2 smokes and 2 flashes to get onto a bomb site with. Interesting play there as well, peeking into mid, basically trying to get the info. Guardian, though, too quick with 4 HP. He is just so low. You sneeze on him and he's gone. But this is big. Look at this. NaVi, they've managed to lurk seized out onto this B site. He's clearing it right now. The rotation is coming in with that bomb, and Fnatic nowhere to be found. This is going to be a very difficult situation for Fnatic when it comes time to retake. They're expecting an A play. Pronax is pushed all the way up to top mid. He doesn't see anybody, and then it becomes a guessing game. Did they go left or did they go right?
This is a questionable setup for Fnatic. I don't know why they've gone all in onto the A bomb side there, and with a man down especially. And this is almost a safe situation for them. I wouldn't even want to get involved in this. It would be such a difficult retake.
Yeah, because now basically NaVi have had time to set up.
Absolutely. Get the turret set up. Make sure they have really advantageous positions.
Oh, the timing does it that way, though. However, Pronax, I mean, if they can get these kills fast enough here, Fnatic, they still have a shot. But there's Edward striking in. Great flash there to open things up for Crims, and he's going to be able to pick up 2 quick kills. Nearly gets the 3rd as well. And every single time, this time around, Flamey, you don't have to defuse the bomb. Getting the kill was enough.
Yeah, valiant effort from Fnatic there. They really went for it, but in my opinion, the bomb was ticking away. They were way too far away to pick up 4 frags there. So they had the bankroll to play with. If they lose this round, they might be forced onto an eco, so it's a very important one indeed. NaVi will be ever closer to match point if they would take this one.
13-11 is the score now, with NaVi once again establishing a lead. And look at the passive play from all of them. I mean, Fnatic also going for what was NaVi's bread and butter. Just a single man in window, a single man on cat, 1 in connector, but none of them really pushing out into mid, being aggressive. Edward is prepared for that this time once again. And he just narrowly dodges that nade there, Zeus, but there's the smoke into connector. Fnatic not going to be able to get much information safely. And now they really have to be wondering, is it a short push? Are they moving up there? JW peeks into window, gets the kill on top of mid. That's Edward gone. And that's also a lot of information gain. Now Pronax setting up with the nades, trying to stop this rush. And he doesn't spot the man on the balcony. The flashes are clearing up. Pronax is literally going to get dropped on, but that's fine by him. Gets the kill point blank. And NaVi somehow, they're down to 2 members alive here. They're actually having to run for it. Guardian just getting his feet toasted.
Yeah, NaVi forced one by one into that B area there. Kind of though made a really lackluster push into B, I'm afraid. But they are going to be able to save these weapons. Hopefully, they have to try and do this for at least 30 seconds. Fnatic might be on the hunt here. They want to ruin the economy and get themselves back into it. We know how fragile their bankroll is as well. So it'll be interesting to see how they play this one out.
If they can catch anybody right now, Flamey comes down to timing, and he turns away just as Flusha peeks on short. So perfect timing there for Flusha. Guardian, the last man alive, as we expect, but great air control from him. He actually manages to back off and live through this. Olofmeister just going to get hunted down there by Guardian. But there is a second man here around the corner, and Guardian expects the flank. Instead, it's Crims right in front of you. And NaVi, they've elected to go for their pause. So the score, 13-12, and NaVi now realizing, okay, we're actually in the danger zone here. We actually do need to lock this down. I'm so glad to see that they're one of those teams as well who will just take that pause that's allotted to them, that's allowed. One time per map, they can pause for a few minutes.
Well, after winning that last round and losing this one, their economy is reset to $1,400. And once Fnatic get it to 13-13, NaVi have just lost that advantage they've had this entire series. Like NaVi have been the more dominant side, and now for the first time, looks like it's going to be drawn out here for Fnatic. And what NaVi can do is they're going to have to full eco this one. I don't even think they could really justify buying any more pistols. Like on Mirage, if you're going to do an eco round, you need to have some sort of utility just to smoke off some of the choke points. You don't get completely decimated by AWPs and all the different angles the CTs can hold. But yeah, for me, like Guardian needs to pick up the AWP, hold angles to the team, and they need to do a formulated take. We haven't seen them do it at all yet.
Exactly. We haven't seen a single smoke round onto A or B. No executes really. There's been nothing but pick play.
Yeah. And
what's crazy is that this is NaVi trying to. It seems like they're in an evolutionary period here because their style for the longest time was based off either picks from Guardian or executed smoke rounds onto a site with 20 seconds left, everybody knowing exactly which angle to hold, and they would just hit their shots and go. Get that bomb plant with 10 seconds left. But we haven't seen a single round like that for NaVi. The one thing is, though, if we're sitting here thinking about it, Pronax is like,
this is exactly. But with this pause coming in, they're going to have to change their approach to the map. And Pronax, like whenever anyone takes these big pauses, they're discussing what's going wrong. How can we change this? Someone's going to have the bright idea of why don't we try running one of our set pieces? And like Fnatic are all too aware of that. They're going to be set up for this. They're going to be doing the rounds. They're probably going to do an aggressive mid round or go pushing into pit and trying to lock down that execute before it can even happen.
Well, Zeus is waving his hands around pretty energetically right now. He's got that talk going. Fnatic seem like they're pretty well collected on their side as well. And one thing to note here. One thing to note here is that Fnatic, we could actually see them. Yeah, so it is the timeout. They're just confirming it. But Fnatic, we could actually see them set up for like the anti-smokes just to be saved.
Yeah.
And that means, having Crims, having Olofmeister try and hold up close, one in Shadow, perhaps one in Sandwich, and get within the smoke perimeter if NaVi elect to go for it. That's not going to be this round because it is, like you said, round of eco coming out here from NaVi. So that's going to reset them. So we should have just a pretty clear-cut round coming up now in the 26th. But in the next one, if it is a buy from NaVi,
I'm calling it now. Next round, Fnatic will go pretty aggressive and try and shut down the set piece that is going to be predicted.
Let's see. Well, single smoke, single flash, and now the rush comes through. Perfect timing there behind that flash, and they're going to be able to actually get out onto this side. Olofmeister doing the best that he can, and Crims flush, everybody rotating in, but this is a success for NaVi. Perfect execution for them. They put that smoke down in the middle of the site. They don't even care about just cutting up lines. It's all about getting that bomb plant. And look at this, Edward, he's just like, not going to give you the satisfaction. Not going to give you the $300. You know what?
All they wanted was the bomb down there. They did it with one smoke, and that shows you how easily they can get that bomb down. That's going to say to them, okay, guys, we've got the bomb down with Glock, so what can we do with the actual post plan once we get it down to AKs?
And now they have a lot of the money as well here, so it should be full AKs. No AWP for Guardian, unfortunately, for him. But they still managed to get the smokes, the flashes. There we go. So now they have some options here, NaVi. And we'll have to see what they elect to go for. Right now, we have quite a few. Once again, moving to top mid. Bomb making its way up into apartments, but that could be into underpass. And Flamey currently setting up for the window smoke, so that's going to go flying out. So they want to try and, basically block Flusha out of here. He sees that smoke coming through. They know somebody's over in T-spawn. And once again, JW tag sees down to 16. Was that through the edge of the wall? Because that looked like it was hitting torso there.
Yeah, must have just clipped him through the side of the wall there.
Once again, Zeus. I mean, NaVi really haven't changed up too much after all of this. And it's still take over mid. Still plenty of time, though. A minute left. They really want to find that pick. And it's going to be Edward taking the battle once again on short, trying to force his way up there. He is going to manage to get into ladder room. Flash goes out to try and, well, basically wrap around that corner if they need to, but Flush has changed up his position, coming back into CPL, and you already see, well, a very forward hold there by Olofmeister, up by Shadow. With 40 seconds left, however, NaVi are gathering up in B apartments. They still have some smokes to use, but this is going to be very touch and go for them. Edward is going to be in full lurk mode right now, just trying to hold off and see if he can't catch a rotator out. And there's the pop flash. JW, point blank, stopping them in the smoke. They have no idea what's going on. What is this? Flamey, and then JW through the smoke, gets another one. He's not going to get the third, but the damage is done. Pronax will return, take out Edward, and it's Zeus walking his way up short into a hail of bullets. Pronax is there. And with 14 seconds left, Seized is actually going to have to back off and hold on to his gun. What a turnaround, and what was that with JW and Flamey? I mean, they're literally walking into each other.
Yeah, like after that timeout, NaVi looked more lost than ever. They smoked off middle, looked for anything, and Fnatic just weren't giving them any pixels to look at whatsoever. And JW managed to get that advantageous position up in the B corridors there, smoked it off, and with the time ticking away, and NaVi had no choice but to go through it, and he saw them hugging each other for about 5 seconds there before he actually executed and managed to pick up a couple of frags.
I love it that it's like JW, he's actually, why didn't I get out to the other side of the smoke yet? And then Flamey's probably wondering the same thing. But what's also, I mean, it's just Fnatic really. They dominate mid, but without showing anything. But they also had Olofmeister pushing up close to pit, so they're gathering info on the A side as well. They realized nobody was there. I mean, right now, that was definitely a bit underwhelming after a pause from NaVi. We did not see that change we were expecting at all. And now, to try and keep Fnatic off of map point, they're going for the Tech-9 Force Spy. Now they've got some nades to work with. They have the 4 Molotovs, so they could carpet bomb a site. But they don't really have the firepower.
They're looking to win this round. With the utility they've bought, they wanted to get the bomb down, and they wanted to close this one out. They know they got the bomb down with the Glocks. It looks like to be one of their textbook kind of A executes here. Don't know why they haven't tried this for the AKs yet. They're now trying to execute it with the Tech-9s. Let's see how this pans out for them.
Yeah, we're going to have it set up now. And we don't exactly have the counters to these as well. Crim's holding up on stairs. This should get smoked off. There's a man holding in CT as well. It's going to be Olofmeister. There we go. Smoke wall. Perfect smoke wall. Goes down. They're trying to find an angle to work through that smoke. Flamey and Seized taking massive damage. And JW will find the angle to take out Seized. He gets burned to death, however, somehow. And now, 4-on-4 scenario. Fnatic still trying to battle, but Fnatic don't need to force. They don't need to force the issue. Shots going through from Olofmeister trying to deny that plant, but they really can't play this carefully here. They can hold passive. The bomb gets planted, but that shouldn't be the end of the world for Fnatic. Just make sure that they don't lose everybody to Tech-9s rushing around. Olofmeister is there. Flamey does get a kill on the site. He takes out Flusha, but then the last man rotates through on CT. Pronax finds that kill fairly easily there. Fnatic, I was getting a little worried there for a second because it did look like they were getting pretty hungry, like they wanted to step through that smoke and try and take battle straight up. Versus Tech-9s, though, when they're practically on top of you, I mean, that can be a lethal mistake.
Yeah, well, they were quite patient there. They didn't commit and run through the smokes. They waited for the smokes to dwindle away and waited for the opportunity. Olofmeister on the steps there, managing to pick up a very important frag onto the bomb site. And then this moved in and just pinned to the side together. And it was a nice retake from them. And that could be the end of the game. We can see NaVi have got a buy, but it's a very lackluster one. Like the utility they have on board is not going to be enough to do a full execute. They're going to have to go back to the mentality of working the picks, but with no AWP in hand. Yeah. I just don't see that happening. JW is two on point right now.
The fact that Guardian doesn't have his AWP once again. Yeah. Edward is usually there. Crims with that's just sprayed through the smoke. And Zeus, unfortunately for him, does not hit that timing correctly. Olofmeister manages to drop the safety just in time. As we say that, though, Seized and Guardian finding kills, but JW, what a shot onto Zeus. That was crazy. Now it's down to Flamey and Guardian, last 2 members alive here in a 2-on-3 situation. Fnatic on map point, and Flusha finds the kill that pretty much locks it down. Guardian, can he work his magic? He gets the first headshot, takes out JW. He knows there's a second man on short, and he gets the read properly here, spots that man out in CT as well. 53 seconds left, however, so he does have some time for shenanigans.
Yeah, we saw Fnatic just have an absolute playground there. Like, without the smokes to lock off the choke points, you're never getting into the A bomb side properly. Fair play to NaVi, they did pick up a couple of frags, but this is a very difficult situation now. And there it is. Flusha will take down Guardian, and Fnatic will take the first map 16-13.